Okay, a lot of people love to talk, but they don't really say nothing. You can drop a like and go subscribe, knowing 2-5 probably finna hate something. Chop it up about the game, give a little game, knowing you can take something. We just saying less and saying more, should've known before you in the right place. You know Jack can keep it radical, a little crazy with his take, but he gon' keep it factual. And you know he been a fan of wrestling since attitude. We ain't here to be the ones you playing with. Red steady dropping gems only for relationships. We ain't never thinking Liam Neeson if you take it. Come and tap in with your favorites. Hey, we gon' talk about your latest. Yeah, come and tune into the station. Come and listen to this conversation. Like and subscribe, we going live. We gon' tell you what you need to hear in perfect moderation. Wait, it's like a game of chess. Remember we be saying more while they saying less. It's like a game of chess. Remember we be saying more while they saying less. It's like a game of chess. Remember we be saying more while they saying less. It's like a game of chess. Hey, hold up.
And welcome to Say Less, Say More. The trio, now duo, that you never thought you needed. ReZ and Radical will be joining us shortly, but me and Jack gonna kick this damn thing off. Do us a favor out there, like, review, subscribe, share, and rate. It's all free, I promise. Tonight we're gonna talk about Jason Taylor. We're going to talk a little hip-hop, which albums are considered classics but are actually a little overrated. We got a little bit more to get into about social media. What does it take for you to forgive people? Should you forgive people? And then, of course, when ReZ gets here, he's going to have a relation tip for us. And you know I got something to hate on, and it's probably you. But it's I, 2-5, the master of ceremonies, and I got one of the ooses with me.
Come on, man. You already know what it is, man. Your boy Ringo Mandingo, a.k.a. Radical Jack, man. You know, not too many names today. You know.
He just want to get right to it. Well, why don't you go ahead and tell the people what's going on?
Nothing much, man. Outside of, technical difficulties that we've been having, man. It's like 2 weeks in a row that we've had these technical difficulties. So, it's just a little frustrating.
I think those haters at Instagram messing with our stuff.
Hey, maybe so, dog. Somebody's coded IT and they getting to us.
Yeah. I don't know, but ain't nothing going on over here much else. Just ready for the weekend. Ready for some cigars. We had a good time last weekend, and
definitely. It's always a good time
to get into it. So there's this rapper. He goes by the name of The Game. And every time you hear him, whether it's on a song, whether it's an interview, whether you meet him, he just saying other people's names. So the name that he settled on this go round is Kendrick Lamar. So for the last little while, ever since this whole Kendrick Drake thing, it sounds like he's been taking little shots at Kendrick. Full on his album Documentary 3, he takes some straight up shots at Kendrick. So Jack, is he trolling or does he actually have beef with Kendrick?
I don't. At this point, can the Game even be trolling? That's my whole thing. Like, can you troll at this point when you made pretty much the entire tail end? Can you hear me good?
Yeah.
All right. When you made the entire tail end of your career about being a nuisance, I think that's the best word that we can use. He's a nuisance. We did the Drillmatic where, I'm the Black Slim Shady. Now I want Slim Shady to. Then he's going on Drink Champs, and Dr. Dre didn't do nothing for my career, or what? Kanye West did more for my career in 2 weeks than Dr. Dre did the entire time. Like, he's just on here to be a clown, and I think it's a cry for help, because in all actuality, I think the Game had a lot of respect at one point in time. And, you got to think the Game he had a family, he had the kids. At one point in time, he had the reality show that was showing him interacting with his kids. And everybody used to love Game because, oh man, look, he's a good dad and all kinds of stuff. And now it's like everywhere you go now, oh, let me drink this entire bottle of tequila. You know what I mean? Like, let me
What
just
up,
be
Jay?
a clown show. So it's like,
Yeah.
what up, Jay? What up? So it's like, what are we doing? And then as far as Kendrick goes, I don't think that he's beefing with Kendrick. I think that he wants Kendrick to acknowledge him because he knows that Kendrick will bring more light to his name at this point.
Well, so if you were Kendrick, would you give him the attention that he's looking for?
I wouldn't give him the attention that he's looking for, but I would give him attention. Like, I would definitely address it, and I would address it one time. And I would never speak on it again.
Well, you know, it's funny. You brought up reality show, and my mind went straight to Change of Heart. And I was like, oh, damn, he talking about something else, you know. But
He
no,
was
it's
on
weird.
He was on Change of Heart. Or
He
is
was
that
on
what it's
Change of
called?
Heart.
Was it Change of Heart?
Yeah,
Or was it?
it was Change of Heart. Yeah.
Okay.
Back when he had the tongue ring. You
It's
know what I'm
crazy.
saying? I think he had
Crazy.
blonde hair or something too.
It's crazy.
But anyway, no. So like the thing about it is that he was talking about. They had asked him in this interview about the pop up, like you know why he wasn't there and all this kind of stuff, and he went into this diatribe about politics and hood politics and you know all this kind of stuff, and it would have been drama if he would have showed up. And
Yeah.
the whole thing about it is like, yeah, it would have been drama if you showed up, but maybe not because of that, because you basically been sucking off Drake this whole time. You know what I mean? And that's the dude that Kendrick, for whatever reason, that's the one dude that can get Kendrick out of character. So why would you expect me to talk to you when you're talking about how this dude got a pass? You could bring him here, all this kind of stuff like that. So even if you are trolling, you pissing me off. So
Yeah.
you know, so I'm not going to talk to you from that standpoint. For two, I don't respect it if I think that you're just doing this for attention, or as Kendrick likes to say, digital hugs. You know, so what would a battle between these two look like?
It would actually be really good, but unfortunately, Kendrick's not going to engage. But I actually think it would be really good because, contrary to popular belief, Game is still a good rapper. You know, I didn't believe it until I heard the album, and I didn't listen to the whole album, but the parts that I did hear, I was like, oh wow, like he's still an ultra talented dude. But it's the foolery that clouds all that. You know what I mean?
Well,
You know. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say my problem with Game, I think, and you know, like it'd be nice for Jay to weigh in on this. You know, is that I don't know who he is. You know what I mean? Because like there's rappers that you listen to and they just have a certain sound that you define as their sound. Like you know Nas when you hear it. You know what I'm saying? You knew Pac when you heard it or DMX when you heard it. But when I listen to Game, it's almost like he's in and out of whatever style he was listening to before he started recording, or like whoever he's on a song with.
Yeah.
You know, he just kind of imitates them. Like he's good at it. You know what I'm saying? He's a chameleon and he can like jump into like any pocket that you want him to get into, but it's just weird.
Yeah, nah, that makes sense. I don't know, man. I kind of, you know, with the Game, I put him on the he big bumped and it's crazy. What a case.
You ain't no cop K Reed.
That's crazy. I just think that at this point, you know, Jayceon's gonna do what he needs to do to get the attention, and that's really all I got to say about that.
Well, I know a lot of people been giving attention to Target again. You know,
Yeah.
because you know these costumes. It's almost Halloween time, and then all of a sudden, Target just had to put out that costume. You know, man, look, man, go ahead, man, go ahead.
I just so the thing is, right? As a person who I don't shop at Target all the time. I do like Target jeans though. I think Target's brand of jeans, the Goodfellows, I think those jeans are awesome. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot cheaper than getting Levi's, and they last for a long time. You know what I mean? But when it comes to this Target thing, right? Why does Target keep doing stuff, and then it's like, oh, I'm sorry, and it's like, okay, Target, we let you off with that. You cool. You forgot to do the dishes. It's all right. Don't let it happen again. then it's like they spilled the Kool-Aid on the floor. It's like,
why you ain't clean it up?
So it's just like, and Jay, I'm glad you said that. I do think that it's a version of promotion. It's like Target now is going under the philosophy of all publicity is good publicity. You know what I mean? So it's like the people that are going to cancel us are going to cancel us, whatever. But let's just keep our name in the headlines. That way people are still knowing, hey, Target. You know what I mean? It keeps people talking about Target, so it keeps the brand alive. Because notice, everybody love Walmart, and Walmart they don't ever do shit. Well, actually, they do. We'll get to that. But, you know what I mean? Like, hey, Target, I do believe that. I think it's a brand of promotion, but, like, that picture, putting up the minstrel show picture is crazy. Like,
well, you know,
that's crazy.
Well, I know some people always get frustrated, white and black, right? Like, so white.
Well,
people
they did the monkey thing too. Remember?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
eating bananas or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
well, like white people will get mad and be like, "Why does everything have to be racist?" You know, some black people will be like, "Y'all overreacting and just trying to find race into something." There ain't no overreacting to this one. And on top of that, you know, my question is, why don't this never happen to nobody else? Like, where's the like offensive redneck costume or toy, or you know, where's the I don't know, like the ninja outfit that Asians are going to get upset about or something like that? Like, why is it always at our expense?
Well, we know why. We know why. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna do something,
no, you're right, Briz. That was
yeah, it was H&M.
Was that Gucci? Was it? Oh, it was H&M. Yeah, my bad.
Gucci did the other thing where they did the lips.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. We got mad brands that all go to black people, like, but that's the reason, because racism doesn't hit hard unless you're attacking black people, which to me is a bigger picture and bigger conversation about how deep our racism actually is when we're the target demographic when we want to do some racist shit. Nobody's like, you know what? Let's get them Asians. Let's slant our eyes and throw noodles everywhere and kung fu it out. You know,
I know Viola Davis, you know, definitely spoke out and, you know, rejected their apology. You know, I don't know how many legs Target got left, because I know there was the boycott going on and everything. Like, I think the boycott is now over with, according to Jamal Bryant. But, you know, I still haven't been to Target, but that's just me.
Yeah, I think that Viola Davis is right, but I do also think that this is another one of those things where we're acting like we care, and we really don't. Like, the people that are done with Target are the people that are done. Like, at this point, there's no more, are you boycotting Target or not? Now it's just either you care or you don't. And if you care, you're not going to go. If you don't, you're going to be a Target.
Well, it's like the new version of the NFL, like in Kaepernick, right? Like, all the people that were like, yo, I'm not going to watch. And then all of a sudden they were hosting the parties. Like, it was just kind of like one of those things. If you don't stand for nothing, you fall for anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of how you look at that against. But I don't know, man. Like, it just is what it is. But, you know, so Target, you know, just was in the news prior to that for the whole Reasonable Doubt release and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So speaking of Reasonable Doubt, what albums that are considered classics do you feel are a little overrated?
What albums do I consider classics that are slightly?
Oh, because I got a couple.
Weirdly.
I
got one off the top. You already know which one that is. To Pimp a Butterfly. To Pimp a Butterfly to me is overrated, dog. Like, I get it. And no, overrated does not mean bad before people start thinking those are the same thing. Overrated just means I feel like it's slightly higher than it needs to be. That's it.
It's more praise than it deserves.
Yeah, it just, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. To me, and I just listened to Pimp. I listened to it on what was that, Tuesday that we talked about this?
Maybe, yeah.
I think it was Tuesday. Either way, I listened to it this week, right? And I love the concept of it, but at the same time, I guess my thing is I don't see the shock and awe of like, man, he's going crazy. Like to me, Good Kid, Mad City is still a better concept album than To Pimp a Butterfly. But there were concepts on To Pimp a Butterfly that I heard similar to Good Kid, Mad City. Like there's certain sounds when a certain somebody's around or when he's talking about certain people. There's a sound in the background, kind of like in Good Kid, Mad City. When Shireen is around, you hear the ooh, ah, you know, Shireen is there. So my thing is like To Pimp a Butterfly is cool, but I just wasn't. I just wasn't wowed by it, and I think that's my thing. Like so many people are like, man, that's the Black album, and you know that's the. I just feel like it's Hotep Stand Up, you know. But
Speaking
to me,
of overrated album,
the Black album,
the Black album. I think it's a really good album. I think people put it on a higher plane because they thought that was it. So it was a moment of like he's about to step away. This is the moment of clarity, no pun intended. And you know, but that's not the hill I'm gonna die on. You know, so
okay.
So To Pimp a Butterfly, just to reply to that real quick, that's how I was the first when it was actually out. That's how I felt in the moment.
Okay.
Like because at that point, like just about anybody that I talked about rap music with at that time was like, yo, Kendrick might be top 10 all time now, or like top 5 all time now.
Yeah,
it was
based
just
off of that
like,
album. Yeah.
Whoa. But I went back to it last year. Like I just happened to listen to it on a Saturday at the gym, and I was just like, damn, it might be better than I remember. But the album that I was going to bring up first,
I agree with you. It is better than I remember, but yeah.
And yeah, and this album isn't. The quality isn't overrated. I think the talk around it became overrated.
Okay.
The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Like that album made everybody put her in this top rapper conversation when it was like, how many rap songs was even on that album, first of all? You know what I mean? Second of all, she had really great songs that I still listen to this day. Like, no, it's not like that. What I'm saying, like the album.
No, I get you. I get you. You're not saying it's ass. It's just, you know, yeah.
No, it's great. It's just that the way that it made people view her and how she has this aura now of like she's at the forefront of hip hop or like a pioneer almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's where it gets overrated because it's not even that type of album.
I think the thing is, it's what she was talking about at the time, right? It's her being that type of person at the time. Then it's her sweeping the Grammys. And it's the first album of its kind from a woman, right?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So there's a lot of things in there where it's monumental because of those types of ideas and the things that played out. But I get it. I understand where you feel because a lot of people.
Yeah, like I said, I love it. Like,
yeah, but we'll have lists and everybody, you know, a lot of those lists, they have it at number 1. Like it's the greatest album ever created. And I think that goes along with the Grammys that it won too, though. So I think a lot of people inflate it because of what happened and what it received. But I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. Like I said, it's not a thing where it's overrated as far as like, don't call it a great album. It's just like, is it one of the best albums ever? As far as like, it's not even a rap album. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think it's still one of the best, but I don't think it's top 5 anymore. I think it's more like top 15. But you know, it's all subjective. So
yeah. All right, you got another one for us?
Another album?
Or I got one more that I was going to bring up.
Overrated is where I'm trying to like, because I don't have an album. Well, Kanye's, and right now I can't remember. It's either the first or second. So it's College Dropout or Late Registration. I can't remember which one, but one of those albums.
It definitely better not be College Dropout.
Then it's probably Late Registration, but I can't think of it right now. It's whichever one has the
College Dropout is When It All Falls Down, and I think that's College Dropout. Yeah, I think that is College Dropout with the workout song.
Is it?
I think it is.
Look, either way, it's one of them. But one of them albums is not as good as we all remember it to be. Doesn't mean it's ass. It just means that it's not that. It's a little higher.
Yeah,
like
that's College Dropout. Yeah.
Okay, so then it might be the College Dropout that I'm. Oh man, that hurts too. Because saying it out loud, I feel bad. Like I don't like.
Well, it's one of those things, right? Like it makes me think of Stillmatic by Nas. You know, where like that was his comeback album after everybody left him to die. Jay-Z came out with Takeover, and everybody thought it was over, and it was a great album. And then Braveheart Party came on, and then you were just like, I think this just killed the whole album. Like I think this just literally ended the album. I don't even want to hear anything else. So that's how I felt about J. Cole with the whole when he did the whole Paul Abdul thing.
Well, you know, I thought J. Cole until Forest Hills Drive, I didn't really respect J. Cole like that. I love the mixtapes, and then it was like your albums are, you know, they're not bad, but it's like, all right.
Yeah,
we call like Big Sean. Big Sean had the great mixtapes, and then when he came out with Finally Famous the album, it was like, dang, bro, like I was looking forward to you, and this is what you give me. But yeah,
well, the other one
it's College Dropout. It's College Dropout that I'm talking about.
Well, the other one I was going to bring up real quick, I was going to bring up Carter 3, but as I was reading around, a lot of people don't necessarily consider that like to be the classic. It's, you know, it's Carter 2 usually, but so I'm going to go with All Eyes on Me. You know, for one, it was like 2 hours and 15 minutes damn near, you know what I'm saying, for a double album, you know, and I felt like when I got the disc 2, there were a couple of songs, you know, there was Picture Me Rolling, Why They Call You Bitch. There was a couple of good songs on there. But then after a while, it just sounded like filler and just a repeat. It was just like the same thing on different beats. And, you know, and like, because when you look at like, to me, the first book of All Eyes on Me is an absolute classic. Like the first one, like this one, absolute classic. You know, like, so if I had to do the 2K thing, you know what I'm saying, I would give this one a 97, and I would give this 2 like a 84. Like, that's how much of a drop the quality was for me from 1 to 2. Like, it's just,
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. But you said an album before you said that. What'd you say?
The Carter 3, I said.
Yes. So I do feel like the Carter 3 was overrated, and I thought it was overrated when it dropped.
So
I still loved it because I'm a Wayne fan, but I thought it was overrated when it dropped. And I wrote with Andre.
Hey, I like the Outlaws, Rez.
Nah, the Outlaws are all over that other one, Machiavelli. That's an Outlaw album.
No, you know what though? Like, so we were just talking about the College Dropout and, you know, J. Cole and all that. So Lil Wayne had that moment on Carter 3 for me. Because, you know, I'm not the biggest Lil Wayne fan. Yeah. But I recognize his skill. Like, I ain't going to never say that. Right. You know. So I was listening to the album. You know, my former sister-in-law, like, you know, she wanted me to buy it for her. She was a teenager. I bought it, listened to it in the car with her. And I was like, hey, this is actually pretty good. And then this man said, my swagger tighter than a yeast infection. Fly go hard like geese erection. And I was just like, you know what, bro? I'm like, it's time to play Ultimate Frisbee.
So this is the thing that got me with Wayne, right? The problem that I think, me being the super duper Wayne fan that I was at the time, and I mean, I know, like, Jay knows because we were the same age at that time. If you liked Wayne, you was listening to every mixtape, every song. So when the Carter 3 was first announced, we got the leak. And when the leak came out, it was like, oh my God, this is about to be the best album ever. And then Wayne redid it, which I respect to this day. You redid your entire album. But there are certain songs that were on the leak that they eclipsed the entire Carter for me. I'm Me, Gossip. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain songs that I heard and it was like, dang, bro, like I really wanted Wayne to be this on the entire album. Don't get me wrong, I still listen to Misunderstood. I think they changed the name to something else on the album now, but the Carter 3, the Carter 3, I'm just like, it wasn't bad. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't. Yeah, it just wasn't what I wanted to be. Lollipop is still ass. I'm never gonna get that song respect.
Once again, overrated. What you did not hear us say is these albums are trash. We did not say those words.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that the esteem that they're held to doesn't match all the way across the board.
Carter comes with the million albums in a week. It comes with these things. It comes with the Wayne's run up until
Shout out to BG.
Stop. I don't care what you say. BG will never be better than Wayne.
Hey, you stop hating on Jizzle. Because let me hate. It's time for me to hate. So, what does 2-5 hate this week? I hate you. Oh. I hate the internet. Because y'all fools hear words come out of my mouth, and then your ears twist them, turn them, flip them, reverse them, bounce them all over the place into some nonsensical bullshit. Now, I'm man enough to say what I mean, to say what I think. So the other day, y'all got at me because I said I thought Dennis Rodman was the Finals MVP. All over the place. I stand on that. And what I don't need is I don't need your approval. I don't need your cosign. I don't need you to agree with me. I said what I said, and I believe what I believe. So if you're going to come at me, and I know it's a minority opinion, so come at me with facts, come at me with a debate, come at me with an argument. Don't bring up things, one, that don't have to do with the conversation. You're a liar because I am not trying to secure a deal with Clutch. You know what I'm saying? I am not a LeBron James fan. Don't even get me started with that. I could do a whole half-hour hate segment on him. You know what I'm saying? Just because you can't form an argument, don't project on me. So hear what I said, respond to what I said, or shut up. And that's it. You know what
I respect it.
That's it.
I respect
You know what I'm
it.
saying? I said what I said.
If you had to give like 3 things that you wanted to hate on LeBron about, I mean, it's already in the segment. You might as well just tell us like 3 things.
Well, since you put it that way, you know what I'm saying? I hate his personality and his fake ass persona. You know what I mean? Like, so it's funny, right? Because I don't want to hate on your guy real quick, but like, it makes sense that him and Drake were so cool. You know what I'm saying? Because they're one and the same when they're one and the same when it comes to that. Like that fake love, attention. They want everybody to love them, and they can't function. Like, remember LeBron tried to go to Miami and be the villain, and then he made it all the way to the final act. And then was like, I can't do this no more. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want a hug. Yeah. And then he fucked up D Wade's MVP. You know what I'm saying? He should have been Finals MVP. Number 2. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't necessarily his fault, but I hate the fact that he has a losing record in the finals, and I'm supposed to ignore that. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it.
Him next to the greats of the greats, because like a lot of people, and I'm not necessarily talking about GOAT conversation, I'm just saying greats, because a lot of these dudes that we talk about are great. And when you get to a certain point, you remember this from being in the military, you get your appraisals. Everybody looks good on paper, but you gotta find a way to separate. And you know what I'm saying? Like Jerry West is the damn logo, but he went 1-8 in the finals. You don't hear nobody talking about him. You know what I'm saying? And then I hate the fact that, you know what I'm saying? I know this sounds crazy when I say it, but I hate the fact that he plays the game the right way. Because like when he fucks up in the clutch, they say he made the right basketball play. And it's like, no, he didn't make the right basketball play. It didn't work. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the first person, athlete-wise, that we looked at and said it's okay to lose. You know what I mean? Like if a dude
100%.
goes to the Super Bowl Like if Josh Allen made the Super Bowl right now, Buffalo Bills made the Super Bowl right now, and they lost, people would be like, "Oh, the media be all over Josh, and like he can't even come through in the." And I'm not even saying it's correct. I'm just saying that's what people would say. You know what I mean? Whereas with LeBron, it's like, "Oh, it's okay. He made it."
Well, that's why I've always said LeBron is the greatest loser. But
And
everybody
I'm not saying that that's wrong.
crazy. Like,
I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm not even saying that it's wrong. I'm just saying that like he's the only person that we do that for. And if you're great in that way, we don't have to make excuses for you. Like you don't have to tell everybody how great you are because we'll do it for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's the stuff that kind of gets me riled up about him. And you know, and then this whole LA thing. Now he's unappreciated. Oh, like the Lakers they weren't grateful for what he brought to the franchise. Like, and all this bullshit. Take your ass on to Philly and try to win a championship.
Hey,
like,
you know what?
Like
I appreciate it, man. I love this 2-5. Thank you so much for finally, you know, just giving a little bit of hate to LeBron. You know, like now everybody can see it ain't just me.
No,
you know
because because I do respect LeBron. Like, you know what I mean? Like the things that he does, like, I mean, he's top 4 or 5 in assists and the all-time leading scorer. So like, the hate only goes but so far. So it's more so like, I just don't like the way that I just don't like the way he carries himself, and I don't like the way that his fans carry his nuts. You know what I'm saying? I don't like none of that. You know what I'm saying? So like that's just me though. But, you know what I'm saying? But while we at it, you know what I'm saying? I'm all riled up. Get me riled up about some movies, Jack.
Come on, man. All right, man. So, look, this week, man. So, I don't know what happened.
You funny, Rez.
I don't know what happened. But 10 Reasons I Hate LeBron. When did it get on the docket? When 2-5 said he hated
when people accused me of trying to secure a relationship with Clutch.
And they said that we were LeBron fans. Like they were like, "Oh, LeBron."
They called me a Bron-sexual.
Like, bro, don't ever call me a Bron-sexual, dog. I hate that nigga, bro.
No, I'm asexual in that situation.
Hey, he never represents any form of basketball that I would ever associate with great. Like, dog, you're a great team player. You ain't a dog. I don't give a damn what nobody say. I want the dude that give me the ball, not the guy who's gonna make the great play. That I'm good. You're not the quarterback. Lead that to the point guard. Anyway, let's talk about Doomsday. All right. So, as you all know, Dr. Doom is coming to Rec Shop. Dr. Doom is coming to show some Avengers where they need to be. All right. So, my level of excitement for Doomsday is still here. Side note, if you are interested, In-Game is re-releasing. They will be releasing 4 extra minutes of In-Game to tie it into Doomsday. Also, this is just me. I think that they're re-releasing In-Game so it can reclaim the #1 spot all time as the highest.
That's what they did to Avatar.
Yeah, it's Avatar, and now it's like, well, we got a reason now. Let's drop it so they can pass Avatar back up, and then you know when Avatar 4 comes out, then they'll re-release Avatar 1 to get the spot back. But outside of that, you know, my excitement for this movie, I'm still excited. I really think it's gonna be good. But we are on week 2, all right? And I told you guys from August all the way to December, I'm gonna give y'all 4 films every week. That way you can catch up, and by the time Doomsday comes out, you will officially be all in the know of everything you need to know about this film, right? So week 4, we got Fantastic Four from 2005, X-Men The Last Stand from 2006, a.k.a. X-Men 3, Spider-Man 3 from 2007, Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, 2007 as well. Now, you're going to watch these films, and this is Marvel before the MCU. That is what we're calling this week, Marvel before the MCU, all right? Fantastic Four stars Jessica Alba and a few other. Oh, and Chris Evans. My bad.
And Chris Evans, Captain America as Johnny Storm.
I don't know why I said Iron Man, but yes, Chris Evans. And if you haven't seen Wolverine and Deadpool, just understand that Fantastic Four ties into Wolverine and Deadpool. So every movie that's going on, they're going to be tying them all in. Spider-Man 3, obviously we had last week with the Spider-Mans. We're just continuing that train. And then Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer. The sequel that actually wasn't as bad as everybody thought it would be. All right, so those are your 4 films for the week. Make sure you guys are keeping up, man. Let's get it. Now, we're also doing the 100 greatest movies of all time due to, by way of IMDb. I don't know why I said 18 last week. We're on movie 16. And the 16th greatest film of all time, The Matrix. Now, personally, The Matrix is in my top 10 films ever. I think this is one of the greatest movies ever created. I think that it is something that it is pop culture at this point. You know what I mean? When you watch The Matrix and then you come back to reality where we're at and you see social media and all these people that follow everybody and say that we're living in the Matrix, we're living in a simulation. The Matrix kicked all this off. You know what I mean? Then you got the abundance of AI and what AI can do. All the agents in the Matrix, Neo being the AI stopper. You know what I mean? He's basically
Solo Sokoa.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, The Matrix is one of the greatest films ever. It was state of the art. It gave us bullet time, which is the whole slow down, you know what I mean, before anything happens, or as people would like to call it, bullet time for Max Payne. But yeah, man, The Matrix stars Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, a whole bunch of other people too. I don't know their names, but when you see them, you'll be like, him. So go see The Matrix. It's about a cybernetic world taken over by robots. It's kind of like the Terminator. And there is a tie. If you go and do your own deep dives and Google the creator of The Matrix and the creator of Terminator, the lady behind the books, she ties them into each other and how they work together. But at the end of the day, what happened was AI took over the world, gave us a false equivalency, put us into computer program, and we all are living in a computer program. And the reason that you have these people like Neo and Morpheus and everybody else who can jump and do all this other stuff is because they've unlocked their brains to be in the real world. So they log back in and they know that they're in a computer simulation so they can do all this super cool stuff. The problem is you can't beat the agents because the agents are the technology. So you need the one guy, you know, you can look at him like an antivirus and he's out there to save the world.
You know what I'm saying? My man McAfee.
Yeah, Neo's McAfee. All right,
I'm gonna have to give that movie another watch because I didn't like it that much in real time.
Oh, that's crazy, 2-5. The movie came out when I was 8 years old, dog. You know, hey, let me tell you something. I watched The Matrix
I watched it on
670 times. All right, now this week I got a this or that. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, ReZ ain't here, but it's all good.
In the comments.
He in the comments, man. This week's this or that I think is pretty good. It's gonna be Morgan Freeman versus
Samuel
Samuel
hurry up
Jackson.
too, ReZ. I might have a RelationTip.
So, everybody out there in the comments, everybody listening, man, put your answers in. Go ahead and comment whatever film you think is better. Let's get to it, man. So we got Morgan Freeman and Samuel Jackson. You know, every week I've been trying to get us some haymakers. You know, we started off with Will Smith and Denzel, then went to Jim Carrey, Eddie Murphy, which was super surprising that Jim Carrey won. So, Morgan Freeman, we're going to start this off. 7 versus Pulp Fiction.
Oh, I'm always going to pick Pulp Fiction no matter what it's going against.
Okay.
Say what one more time?
I'm going to pick Pulp Fiction because I'm a Tarantino fan. But if I'm picking a film, I think 7's probably better. 7 also, it has one of the greatest plot twists, you know, if you want to call it that. But the ending, what's in the box? You know, then the whole 7 Deadly Sins. Like, I love that movie. All right. So we can pick Pulp Fiction, though.
All right, ReZ got Pulp Fiction as well.
All right. Morgan Freeman, Sam, Shawshank Redemption versus A Time to Kill. Yes, they deserve it. And I hope they burn in hell.
I'm going with Shawshank.
Shawshank, Stephen King. Okay.
Yeah.
Tim Robbins.
Shawshank. I love that movie.
I think.
I don't really remember him from much else though.
Tim Robbins.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in a movie with Martin Lawrence. I can't think of right now. But I think
Rez got Time to Kill.
Oh, I knew Rez was gonna pick Time to Kill. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm gonna go with A Time to Kill because that's one of those movies I watch when I want to get mad. You know what I mean? When I want to remember, when I need to remember where we came from. So I gotta watch that. You know what I mean? All right. Next up, Django Unchained versus Unforgiven. I wouldn't be surprised if you never seen Unforgiven. It's a Western.
I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to go with Django.
Definitely going with Django. That's
Yeah.
2 Quentin Tarantino movies.
I think that's pretty easy. Like, Django is just one of those movies that, yeah, Rez got Django as well. It's one of those movies that infuriates me as much as it makes me laugh.
I love Django, bro. Why is that nigga on that nail? On that nag? All right, next up, Lean on Me and Coach Carter. So you got Batman versus Coach Carter. Come on, man.
That is tough.
They used to call me Crazy Joe. Now they call me Batman.
Oh, that is tough. See if this
Smoke
was
crack,
drink,
don't you?
If this was Drink Champs, I'd be drinking right now.
You had to choose both. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Rez said Lean on Me.
I'm going Lean on Me as well. I tell you what.
I can't pick.
I tell you what. This is what gets it for me. Lean on Me, being R-rated, makes it more realistic. If Coach Carter was R-rated, I think we might lean in more on Coach Carter.
If Coach Carter was R-rated, it'd be like an extra 45 minutes.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so now we got Along Came a Spider.
Okay.
And The Negotiator.
Oh, Negotiator. That's my favorite movie besides State of...
Kevin Spacey, Sam Jackson. Okay.
Yeah. Besides my Will Smith movie that I can't think of right now.
Oh, Enemy of the State.
Enemy of the State. There you go. Those are my 2 favorite movies.
I got Negotiator as well. All right.
Hey, remember when the helicopter was shooting through the window and he's, "You missed me, motherfucker!"
No, Sam Jackson doesn't get the credit he deserves for being like an actual good actor, dog. Like he don't get that love, man. All right, so next up we got Some of Our Fears and Rules of Engagement. Some of Our Fears is good.
It's a great movie. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go with Negotiator though. Yes, I said waste the motherfuckers.
No. Negotiator was Kiss the Girls. I mean, it was Along Came the Spider.
It doesn't change my answer. You know what I'm saying? Rez got the Negotiator and Rules of Engagement.
Okay.
What if I got it on tape? Then I said it.
Facts. Next up, we got Wanted and Kingsman: The Secret Service. You see, I always try to keep the movie similar. I
think I'm gonna go with Wanted.
I'm gonna go with Kingsman only because it's got one of the greatest one-shots I've ever seen in a film. In the church, that's a one-shot take. There ain't no cuts. They filmed that one shot, everything. So
Rez got Wanted as well.
Okay, well, y'all got Wanted because Angelina Jolie's titties. But that's another story. Next up, we got Bruce Almighty or The Hitman's Bodyguard.
Bruce Almighty.
I'm going Bruce Almighty. Yeah, I'm going with
Bruce
and then last up, we got The Dark Knight versus The Avengers.
So Rez takes Bruce Almighty. Which Avengers though?
Avengers, the first one.
The first one? Oh yeah, give me Dark Knight. I wasn't a big fan of the first Avengers movie. It was just one of those movies that you had to watch because it was the Avengers.
Okay. No, I'm not mad at that. I'm gonna choose
for Rez as well.
I'm gonna choose The Dark Knight as well. Samuel Jackson was washed this though. Sam Jackson, I think altogether it was either 7 or 8, give or take like one pick. So
That's my guy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's where 2-5 hates. I think he's like the inspiration for it.
who Sam?
Yeah.
Look, I should have put snakes on a plane somewhere.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Motherfucking snakes.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you have that. You know what I'm saying? In a landslide. All right. So now let's get to sports. And we already did the whole like LeBron. But, we got some other sports to get to. So, Jack, lately college sports has been going crazy. You got preseason going on right now. And there's some guys that we've seen in preseason games that are going back to college now.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Personally, I don't think it's a bad thing. Because I feel like let's just say I went to college, right? And then I went to the NBA. I go to the NBA, I'm the 8th man off the bench. I'm averaging 2 points and a rebound every game. Is this the career that I really want? Not really. The money's good. The travel's fun. But realistically, is it worth it for me to give this, try to squeeze out 7 or 8 years? Because if I'm already an 8th man and I just got here, I ain't going to be here that long. So is it worth it for me to squeeze that out? Or should I go back to college for free, get my degree in something that I'm genuinely interested in, and make a life that way?
Well, I would say you were already in college. That degree was there. Life ain't fair, son. So I know in this particular situation, the COVID kids got an extra year. The guys going forward are going to get 5 years, it sounds like. So the guys that left this year were just in that bucket of, it's not fair. Why can't we get a 5th year? You know what I mean? And, so for guys that didn't get drafted, didn't play in a preseason game, maybe I could be a little lenient towards them. But if I literally turned on the TV and saw you in an NFL game, you can't come back to college. You can't bring your 25-year-old ass back to college and be competing against these 18-year-olds trying to be the big man on campus or something like that. ReZ said that, I guess they could go back, but they shouldn't be able to be on scholarship, and they should pay out of their own pocket. What do you think about that?
I don't see why. I was already here. If I had a scholarship before, why are you taking it away from me?
Because you left.
I left to go.
That scholarship is gone.
I went to the freaking NBA.
That's your fault. You make better decisions. Look, this is the thing we always talk about, right? These kids always looking for a bailout, looking for handouts. You made a decision. You got to live with the results of that decision.
I feel like if you want to look at it that way, then yes, that's fine. You could look at it that way, but I feel like that's low-key hate. You know what I mean? Like, if you made a mistake and you get the opportunity to go back and fix it, I'm not mad at it. It'd be different if you come out of college and you were failing and you were doing nothing, and it's like, oh, well, I can't play in the NBA anymore. I'm just going to take this scholarship and go.
You know what? I'm going to borrow one of your words real quick.
All right.
That's some loser shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't go to the very top level of the profession or whatever you want to call it and then backtrack the first time you face adversity, or, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm not going to make the team. Let me go back to college and dominate against because, for one, that ain't going to make your NFL stock any higher. You're a year older, too. You know what I mean? For two, you're putting yourself in a situation. What if you get injured?
Hold on. Okay, so let me rewind, because my take on this is I'm quitting basketball to go get a degree. They're going back to college to basically get better.
Play.
Oh nah, yeah. Scratch the whole thing. Everything I said. Scratch that.
Yeah,
scratch
they're going back.
They're going back
to play. So the good news is that the SEC, Big Ten, and Notre Dame I haven't checked much news today, so I didn't see if the ACC and Big 12 are doing it as well. But they're actually blocking it, where these players can't come back. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But if you're a school like, say, Memphis, that has playoff aspirations, but okay, the ACC is Jordan ReZ said. Like, if you are like a Memphis or somebody like that that's at that lower level, trying to get to a playoff or something, I could see the temptation there of bringing somebody in like that. But I just think that, especially the season starts this weekend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, literally, there's FCS games on right now. You know what I mean? But, like, the FBS starts this weekend. So, like, you're literally, like, Florida State's quarterback from last year, Tommy Castellanos. He graduated, didn't get drafted.
Yo, you hear that?
I do hear that. He went to camp, and now he just signed to Texas Tech yesterday. So I don't know if he's going there to be their third-string quarterback, second-string quarterback, but it's just nuts.
Hey, yo, what is that?
I don't know what's happening right now. I think, you know what this is? This is those people that we were talking about, listening to us and taking over our Instagram and everything. Like, that's what's happening right now, But anyway, so, I just think that, once you're out of eligibility and you make the decision on your own to go to the NFL or NBA, you already stated your course of action and you can't renege. I put it like that. You know what I mean?
I'm not mad at that.
All
Can you hear
right.
me? Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I know
All
what
right.
it was. It's my wireless mic. The receiver died.
Okay. All right, Jack, here we go. We're putting it on tape.
Okay.
Give me an NFL take that you have in this moment that we're going to come back at the end of the season and just clown your face off.
Oh. I got one.
Okay.
Caleb Williams will finish top 3 in MVP voting.
Okay.
I didn't want to say nothing that was trolly. I actually wanted to say something that I meant.
Okay. All right, tell me more. Why you think that?
I think Caleb Williams is really good. And I don't like him. I don't like him. But
Right.
I gotta respect it, bro. Everything's not lucky. Everything you do is not luck.
Ooh,
Ravens
ReZ is
playoff.
thinking like me. ReZ is thinking like me. I wasn't going to say it, but I was going to say it on Sports Reports is ordered tomorrow. But ReZ has the Ravens not making the playoffs.
Nah. I mean, if they do, cool. Because I'm not a Lamar guy anyway. Because every time that they always try to make Lamar better than my guy, so I don't rock with that. But I definitely 1,000% feel like Caleb Williams is really, really good, and they disrespect him by saying all those passes are lucky. Like my man is throwing Hail Marys to the corner of the end zone and landing on a dot into the game. Now, yes, the receiver has to catch it, but don't sit up here and try to pretend like, oh, yo, that's just some luck. No, that's crazy.
All right. Well, let me know if this is bold enough. It might not be bold enough. So if it's not bold enough, then I'll come up with something else. The Jets are going to win 7 games.
I don't think that's. Wait, who's their quarterback?
Geno Smith.
Oh, I don't think that's bad. Geno Smith and Garrett Wilson, right?
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson's a bucket. Can't be mad at that.
Yeah, I think they're going to win 7 games. They went 3-14 last year. They went the whole season without getting an interception. Like a team, they literally did not intercept one pass all last season. Like that is like
that is
I don't
insane.
know how that happens. I don't know how that happens. But just in case that isn't bold enough for you, I'm gonna go with can't do that. I'm going to go with Kansas City missing the playoffs again.
Why?
Well, one, I just feel like they lost a lot. You know, they basically lost 3 of their secondary. You know, they lost Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson to the same damn team. You know, Brian Cook's in Cincinnati. They lost Leo Chenal to Washington.
Okay.
You know, I think week 1, Denver's going to put them in the dirt. You know, I don't care that it's at Arrowhead. You know, I think that gets their season off to a rocky start. You know, they did pick up the Super Bowl MVP, so they should theoretically be able to run the ball a little bit better. But I'll match and then for my last one, I'll match your Caleb Williams, and I'll say the Bears aren't even going to make the playoffs.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, so those are my ones. So guess what? You remember what I said earlier? I don't need your approval. I don't need your cosign. I said what I said. You know what I'm saying? There you go. And then, you know, Jack as well. These dudes done got rid of the pro. Oh, okay. We got some technical difficulties. But, hey, the NFL decided to get rid of the Pro Bowl. Now, if you ask me, it was probably about 10 years overdue. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Cowboy fans in the building. Uh-oh. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't want to piss Jack off too much, but, you know, I do got the Cowboys winning the division.
Oh, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. All right, so apparently he didn't hear me.
I heard what you said at first. You were like, "Oh, what up, Dre?" And ain't no damn go Cowboys. That's crazy.
I said I got the Cowboys winning the division. That's what I said.
Oh no, you don't. No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
No, you don't. Hey, you know what? That's a bold take. That's a bold take because you know what's gonna happen with the Cowboys?
What's that?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Word. Okay.
All right. The defense is gonna fumble, and they will. They'll probably make the playoffs this year, maybe. But I was right last year. I said they were missed. I don't want to say it again. But I do want to say,
Hey, see, hey, you saw what happened, right? I was gonna say, ReZ heard me say I had a RelationTip, and he started doing like 115.
No, that's me.
ReZ said, "Not on my time, you won't."
Well, I believe ReZ is coming in, so I got a commercial break right here. Everybody paying attention right now. I want you guys, if you think you know football, Let's Say More NFL Pick'em is free to join, open to everybody. Compete against Let's Say More crew all season for some cash, some merch, bragging rights. All right. And just so you guys know, it's absolutely free to get in, but first place will get $75, some merch, and a shout out on our show. Second place is getting $35, and third place gets $15. All right. Link is in our descriptions. If you go to Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, the link to the Let's Say More Pick'em is there. Make your picks, talk your shit, beat the crew, man. Join us.
We'll put it on Apple too. And all the places you get your podcast.
All the good places, man. So if you're only listening to the audio, please join up. Like I said, first place, second place, and third place will get a prize. And it's for anybody. We will DM you and we'll figure it out. You will get a prize. Merch, shout out, $75 for first place, $35 for second place, $15 for third. $15 for third place. Let me drop the link to the YouTube. 1 second. 25, go ahead, man.
Yeah, so I was saying, you know, they dropped the Pro Bowl. You know, no more Pro Bowl, you know, which is about probably 10 years overdue. Like, I stopped watching the Pro Bowl a long time ago. Like, the Pro Bowl died with me when we lost Sean Taylor. And, you know, from that point on, I've been out. But did you ever watch the Pro Bowl? Like, was that a thing for you?
Yeah, when I was a little kid, I thought it was super cool.
You didn't watch it like when they had what was it, Jerry Rice and Michael Irvin, I think it was, picking against each other, picking their teams. You didn't watch that?
I'm too young for that, brother.
No, that was just like 10 years ago.
I was too young.
Oh, word. But no, the Pro Bowl just never made sense to me because, like, you gotta have an all-star game, you would think, but you can't be out there hitting people or anything like that. This ain't basketball where you could throw pretty alley oops and things like that, and baseball where you just kind of take it easy. You still have to keep your head on the swivel, and and I remember Sean Taylor out there decleating people, and you can't have that. You know what I mean? Because that'd be some shit if Peyton Manning can't start the next season because somebody slammed him on his neck.
Yeah.
So the
Well,
Pro
I
Bowl,
remember. So not to cut you off, but the last thing I remember about the Pro Bowl was Drew Brees getting hurt. That was the last Pro Bowl I think everybody cared. I remember Drew Brees tore his ACL, I think, and he was out for the entire next season. And it was like, oh, whoa, like Pro Bowl, is it a thing that we should, so.
Well, I remember as a kid, I used to love watching the quarterback challenge and they used to have the NFL's fastest man race and all that kind of stuff. That was fun. You know what I mean? And they started bringing some of those type of like activities back, towards the end of this. But yeah, the Pro Bowl was dead on arrival. Like players weren't even playing anymore. You had people like Snoop Huntley as a Pro Bowl replacement. As they say in the showbiz, that's when it jumped the shark.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And there was no need for the Pro Bowl after that. But I don't know, man. Like I think the Pro Bowl it's like I don't know. Like so how do you feel about All-Star games in general?
Well, now I'm gonna get into my stand bag because you know how I feel. I feel like ever since Kobe died, the All-Star game been trash, and then I feel like the Pro Bowl been trash since I was in high school. So Pro Bowl been butt. You know what I'm saying? You gotta tap it. All right, man. Appreciate you listening in, Andre. Sure. Get that rest, bro. Go be Paul Bunyan. But I feel like we used to watch Kobe, Vince Carter, even Russell Westbrook, KD, Wade. Remember Kobe broke his nose in the All-Star game because Wade was playing defense. And, it's funny because KG always brings it up. Kobe challenged Bron, and Bron ran away from it. You know what I mean? And
that's
it's
another
like,
reason why. Never mind.
LeBron James is like, dog. He's such an example of what not to be when you're a dog. It's insane, bro. He wants to be friendly and high five everybody, and let's be teammates and team up. It's just so whack, bro. But yeah, the All-Star game for the NBA died once Kobe died, and
Oh, I muted. Go ahead.
Yeah, yo.
I was telling them make sure they get me the ice cream truck.
Oh, okay. I was like, yo, what's going on? But yeah, I feel like the All-Star game is whack now because everybody wants to be buddy. It's just the NBA doesn't really have anybody that's really on that level anymore. You got Anthony Edwards, who really acts like he's a dog and don't care about nobody. But I feel like, honestly, not even being funny, I think Anthony Edwards is the only one, bro. Oh, Westbrook's coming back next year. You told me that, so that's pretty dope. He's signing with OKC, right?
Who said that?
Is that not real?
I haven't heard it.
Hold on.
Somebody
said that.
Breaking news.
Hold on.
I heard Ben Simmons might get signed. Like,
hold on, bro. Is that not real?
I didn't hear nothing about no Russell Westbrook.
Oh, dang. I guess not.
Yeah.
Man, somebody told me that, bro. I don't know who it was.
All right, but you know what is coming? Tap to pay at Walmart.
Yes, sir. Everybody who knows anything about anything knows Walmart been owed us that favor. they been owed us that, dog. Tap to pay is something that, I have the Walmart app, right? Okay. And the reason that I had the Walmart app is because I'm a big clink pay with my iPhone, Apple Pay, you know what I mean? But Walmart is the one place where you can't do that. And my debit card, I have one of, you've seen the sticker that I got on mine. Mm-hmm. So some places like Walmart, if I put mine in the slot, it doesn't read because it's too thick. So pause. It's just so sometimes it doesn't read the card because the card scanner can't. Yeah.
It
So
can't take it
Walmart,
all.
that's another way to put it. But Walmart doesn't have tap to pay, so I have to scan it with the Walmart app, and then because my card is connected to my Walmart app, then I can do it. But I think that was so inconvenient at so many times, bro. So I am really happy that Walmart finally decided to add tap to pay. It's much appreciated.
Yeah, I don't have an opinion either way.
You're
You
not an
know,
Apple
saying
Pay guy, right?
I mean, I do it every so often, but I don't know. Like, doesn't these little things that take 5 seconds don't bother me.
Yeah, you don't have a
Like,
you don't have a card that inconveniences you, so I get it.
you know what I mean? But so with that same thought, I guess how do you feel about QR codes and menus and things like that at restaurants?
I think that it takes away from the restaurant experience sometimes. I think that it's necessary other times. So if I go to, I don't know, let's say they're in the news right now, we go to Texas Roadhouse.
Okay.
I want a menu. I don't want to hear, oh, scan the QR code and get the menu. You know what I mean? But I understand if I go to a place like Twin Peaks and they're like, yo, QR code. Because at a place like Twin Peaks, there's heavy drinking. You know what I mean? People can knock over the glasses of beer and all that kind of stuff. It ruins the menus after a while. And you probably don't want to be a server having to clean all that up. So somewhere like that, it makes sense to me to have a QR code. But if it's a Chili's or Olive Garden or something like that, you know what I mean? Like a restaurant that you should be sitting down and mainly eating and not drinking and stuff. Obviously, they have drinks there, but you know what I mean. If it's meant to be a actual sitting and eating experience, I think you should have a menu. I think the QR code is a little lazy in some of these avenues.
Yeah, I think it's nice if you're in rush hour, like like if you go to a place like you mentioned Olive Garden, if you're somewhere like that, and it's one of those nights where it's like a 30-minute wait, all that kind of stuff like that. Like it's nice to have just to kind of look over things or like just to kind of that way you're not waiting for the server to keep coming back and forth. Like what you want, you can kind of be a little bit more efficient in that situation.
Yeah.
I like it in that scenario, but like I think when you're going somewhere that is more, I guess, high class, like you kind of want the menu, like you just want to peruse it and just kind of pause, take it all in. You know what I mean? And saying like, like I wouldn't want to go somewhere like say I don't know, like Roof Chris or something and do a QR code. Like I
Yeah,
wouldn't want to do
hell
that.
no.
Yeah, like give me my menu. Let me just kind of spark a little conversation or something. I don't know. But what I do hate is that there's like an app for everything, man. Like I just be trying to do something real quick. Download our app. Like no,
Yeah, like I'm on the website, bro. I don't need your app.
I don't.
Especially
Yeah,
I don't mind the app if it's something that I'm supposed to come back for, right? If I'm buying shoes, I'm buying clothes, and I want to sign up. I don't know if you buy clothes from H&M or something. I don't like H&M personally, but if you buy clothes from H&M, maybe they have an H&M club, you know what I mean? And if you're part of the H&M club, download the app. You can go on here, get the deals, kind of like Kohl's, right? Kohl's has it, you know. But if I'm buying a Halloween costume, I don't need your app. I'm just gonna buy the Halloween costume, and that's it. I don't plan on coming back to your store all year unless you're a cosplayer. But that's so far and few and in between. You know what I mean? Like, it's not necessary. I don't need an app for that. Just keep the website.
But more than anything else, though, I hate the virtual customer service.
Say more.
Like when you're trying to, I guess, resolve an issue, but you type to the AI bot,
Yes,
or
I hate
like you're
that.
looking for a job and it's like, hey, like, here's your matches.
I'm
And it's
Henry.
like, who are you? Like, yeah, like, why do you exist? You know what I mean? Like, you're not saving me anything.
Yeah,
Like,
no, you're right. It's really annoying. Like I remember I got on Progressive and I was like, I needed to talk about my policy. I forgot what it was, but it was something very specific. And I kept saying it. It was like, uh, looks like you're confused. Try to say it in different words and maybe I can understand. No, bitch.
I'm like,
Just
where's your
give,
manager? Oh, never mind.
like, give me a real person. What are we doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
like especially when I call like the social security office or something, that's the absolute worst. Like
yeah,
it's
but
like
I
I
can't.
can't help you with that. Like, can you say it again? And it's like, no, like just get me a person.
I can't be mad all the way because I know that there's money behind these AI bots. You know what I mean? Like Andre was talking about maybe creating an AI bot and trying to, sell that to somebody and, maybe get a customer service thing.
Well,
But
I keep seeing these ads on Facebook for like podcast assistants and stuff like that.
yeah, like stuff like that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
For
Um,
one, if you want to reach 2.5, press 1.
I know, right? When did everything become a subscription though?
Oh, this is an excellent conversation. So we have fallen into the trap of subscriptions. We did it. We did it to ourselves. We got rid of VCRs, DVD players, cassette tapes, CDs, records. Now, Sony just came out with the video game thing. We're not going to be producing disc. They also came out and said you don't own anything. You're licensing your game. So even though I just paid for 2K, according to Sony, that's not the game that I bought. It's the game that I'm renting until Sony decides we don't want you to have that anymore.
Like you don't need this. It's not good for you.
Yeah. So I think that I hate subscription models, and it's way beyond streaming and music. It goes to the point of printers, right? There's some people that can't use their printer without having an annual subscription. You can't buy Adobe anymore. You can only pay for it month to month. You can't buy Microsoft Office anymore. You can only pay for it month to month. There is no more where you own a program and it's like, all right, cool. Like I got this and we're good to go. No, you're paying a subscription because the clause is there's always going to be an update. So why sell you the permanent model? Because there's going to be another one. And, we ran ourselves into this trap. Somebody way, way, way above our pay grade had this plan to keep money flowing infinitely, take away the ownership of the people, and we're living in it, man. I mean, look at your car. Right now, my truck, I can start my truck from my phone, right? But if I want to do that, even though it's a $60,000 vehicle outside, I got to pay $15 a month in order to turn it on from an app. You know what I mean? I got to pay $15 a month to locate my truck. When I paid $60,000 for it, I still got to pay forever.
Man, we don't even live nowhere cold. What are you doing?
We live somewhere hot. What do you mean? That remote start come in handy. Oh, it is hot outside. It is. You know how good it feels to open your car door and it's like, oh, thank Jesus, it's not an oven.
So what's something that you refuse to pay for a subscription for?
Oh man, something I refuse to pay subscription for. What is something that I don't pay for I don't pay for streams. I don't do the Netflix, HBO, all that. My wife pays for that stuff. I won't pay for it. Like, I won't pay for it, dog. Like, if she decided somehow, like, oh, I don't want to pay for it, or, she went broke, and all that stuff turned off. Guess what? Hey, we ain't got it. I pay for Apollo, and for anybody that, we live, it don't matter. I got bootleg cable. You know what I'm saying? My cable is not $30 a month. It's like $180 a year. That's the only subscription service I'll do.
What's loophole?
What is a loophole?
Yeah, like I think for me, it's stuff like LinkedIn Premium. You know what I'm saying? Where like
Oh,
you know,
dog.
because you get to talk to the recruiters, they reach out to you, you know, all that kind of stuff. You can see who's looking at your profile, X, Y, Z. But I try not to be on LinkedIn unless I absolutely necessarily need to.
Let
And
me ask you this: do you believe LinkedIn is real?
yes,
Do
I
you
have
know?
gotten jobs from LinkedIn before. Yes,
Okay, that's what my next question would be. Do you know anybody who's
yes,
actually gotten hired off of LinkedIn?
yes, I have. You know, my previous job to my current job, I got off of
Okay,
LinkedIn. You
okay.
know, but I do think that LinkedIn at this stage is basically
AI chatbots.
Facebook with a suit. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
Like it's basically just social media and like people just shit on job seekers all the time, telling them all the things that they're doing wrong. And you know, I do like it because see, Rez hired somebody from LinkedIn.
okay.
I do like it from the standpoint of the LinkedIn learning because with the premium, you get the full course or whatever versus like without the premium there's certain parts of the course that you can't access but you know thank goodness the military do that for free you know say they give you that free
Right.
LinkedIn premium account but I would never you know absolutely and the rock means ever you know saying pay for LinkedIn premium but
I
so if
also. Oh no, go
okay
ahead.
go ahead no go ahead
No, I was gonna say like getting the certified checks or the verified checks on
yeah
Twitter and Facebook and
yeah
Instagram and all that. Like this is a verified account. I'm not paying for that. It's crazy.
I did do it on Twitter, but the only reason I did it is because I wanted to go live with Sports Reports is Ordered, and that's the only way I could do it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But what's a subscription that you pay for that you know damn well you don't use enough to justify you paying for
The gym.
it?
The gym. That is a
Okay.
subscription I pay for. This is just good genes. You know what I'm saying? I don't work out. I don't do anything. Somebody at work asked me the other day, "How many times do you go to the gym every week?" Huh? I go to my garage. I do some pull-ups here, there, and everywhere every once in a while. That's about it. If I was in shape, I would not have this. This would not. This wouldn't
So why you
exist.
paying for it then?
Man, I pay for it because I'm a cheapskate, right? So, but I know it doesn't
Does
make
not
sense, right?
compute.
I'm so cheap that I feel like if I pay for the gym, I gotta go, and I
but you
know it's
don't.
not working. I don't go. However, if I decide tomorrow I'm going to the gym, dog, I ain't gotta think about it. I could just go. No, it doesn't make any sense. Yes, I pay $10 though, so it's okay. If it was $35 a month, then I would have canceled that. But I don't really knock the $10. You know what I mean? I don't really care about that. But
Okay.
that's
Okay.
a subscription that's wasted. Now look, it's funny though that you say that. You asked me what's something I would never pay for. I should pay for the movie pass that they offer at the movie theaters. You pay like once a month and you can go unlimited movies, but I never do. I've never paid for it. And it's like that's something that I would actually benefit from. But
Hustling backwards.
super.
You know what I'm saying?
What do you say?
so
Some
so
motherfuckers always trying to skate uphill. I skate uphill.
Regal Unlimited, you know, Red's always plugging it. So you don't go to the gym, but do you forgive celebrities? Has
um,
social media created a culture where people are just judged by their worst moments always?
I tell you what, and you know this. I don't give a damn what a celebrity does, as long as I'm the celebrity and the person are two different people to me. I
Okay.
look at it. I look at it just like everybody on Facebook. All you people on Facebook, super dad and the greatest mechanic and hard worker, and you wake up every day and you go to the gym and you got these online personas. That's cool. I don't give a damn about Henry when he wake up. All right. as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do. If Zendaya came out tomorrow and was like, "Yeah, I was planning a school shooting," all right, cancel Zendaya. I'm still gonna watch Spider-Man. I'm still gonna watch Challengers. You know what I mean? Like, if Leonardo DiCaprio,
Oh, who's the freak
uh,
John now?
yeah, they all freaks after you. Yeah. And that's the other part, right? Most of these people in Hollywood, especially if you have the conspiracy hat that I do, you already think most of these people in Hollywood are freaked out. So I can't really. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Not watch Gemini Man?
Oh, Jesus Christ! All
Am
right,
I?
let's
Hey,
take this. Let's take this a
am
different
I?
way.
Am I supposed to not watch Set It Off?
All right, let's take this a different way. Let's take this somewhere different. So, what about these cases where someone said something in their past? You know, maybe you were 18, maybe you were 21, you're 40 now, but people are still holding this thing that you said against you. Should that be a thing?
No, not at all. What did Muhammad Ali say? You're the same man you were at 40 that you were at 20.
You wasted
What have
20
you
years of
learned?
your life, basically. Yeah.
You're wasting time. Like, come on, dog. Like, no. If I said cutting grass is for dumbasses when I was 19 years old, and at 30 years old, I'm cutting my grass because I have a house. You can't come up to me, oh, nigga, I thought you said cutting grass was whack. Hey, what do you mean?
Well, you know, obviously, in a situation like that, it's usually worse things. So, like it'll usually be like
Like the
I don't
Kevin
know,
Hart, how he
a
said
white celebrity. Yeah, something like that. Actually,
I
yeah.
hit my kid in the head with a Barbie castle if he said he was gay.
Yeah.
No, bro. I think that we've lost the plot. Everybody has forgotten what being young was. Every single person I feel like now has this moral high horse that they sit on where they pretend like, yo, never in my life did I do anything bad. It never happened to me. I was always a goody two shoes. I always did the right thing. I was always perfect, you know? And it's like, there ain't a camera everywhere you go, and your integrity ain't never at a 100. Everybody's integrity goes down, might be 1 point, might be 18, but everybody's integrity changes. That's crazy. I'm just saying, bro. People like to, they act like, oh yeah, I would never do that. I've never said the F word. I've never said the R word. You know what I'm saying? Mad white people tell us every day they never said the N word.
So, so I think that, obviously with most things, I think context matters. Like, it depends on what you say. I think it depends on how old you were when you said it. So like, for example, I've seen situations where there might be 15-year-olds that say things about the LGBTQIA plus community or whatever.
You still messed it up, but hey.
I tried. But like, they might say something like that, and then when they're, say, 26 or 27, people might be like, well, this guy said, you know what I mean? And I'm like, well, first of all, a teenager don't give a fuck about none of this stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just talk how they talk. They're being assholes naturally because their brains are still forming. They're not,
and they don't take things serious. Like,
yeah, they don't have the wherewithal, to think about those things on that level. Now, if they're still saying it at 27, then sure. But I don't think you should go back. Like, for example, Jobs, I know, look at your social medias or whatever. So if you go back to somebody's social media when they were 17, 18 years old and they said something crazy, and you're interviewing a 34, 35-year-old man or woman, I don't think you should not hire them because of what they said
at
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, so from that standpoint, you know what I mean? And then especially, like, I would hope that over the course of time, if you're doing your due diligence, you will see growth of their social media throughout the years. Like, oh yeah, he said that when he was 17. He sounds a little more enlightened at 23.
Right.
Or, like, whatever the case may be. I would like to think that, but you know what I mean. It's not always like that.
I think I mean, me personally, man, my social media presence is wild as hell. I went back and deleted stuff. You know what I mean? I don't even have it on there anymore. I've just deleted posts because there's so many things that we used to say because it didn't matter back then. It was just like, oh, it's the internet. Nobody cared about the internet back then. You know what I mean? Like the internet was a place that you went to visit on your computer, and then you got off, and you were back in the real world, and you didn't care. Now the internet is the real world. Like they're interchangeable. What you do on the internet is perceived to be what you do in real life. But for me personally, no, I don't think if Rhea Ripley has tweets that said ha 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 black boy, whatever, that now the goth chick on WWE needs to be punished for those tweets. I don't care.
Well, I
You
know
know?
a couple of months ago, maybe 1 month ago, it was really recent. There was the coach from Australia that said that Angel Reese was a protected species, for example. um, so, like 10 years from now, and now, granted, this is a coach, so this is
That's different.
somebody in a position of authority. Somebody that you know, they say that it's something they say because she's from Australia. It's something that they say in Australia, and it's not.
It might be.
It wasn't intended to be taken that way. Okay, I can hear that, but say 10 years from now, like maybe she's going to be the WNBA commissioner or something. Should that be something that people bring up and be like, "Don't make her the commissioner"?
I don't know, dog. That's different because I'm serious, right? Because we're talking about. I said this at 19, 20, 25.
Right. This
You
is why I
s-
brought
you
this up. Yeah.
You say if you saying something at 40, it's just in you at this. Like that's you. I don't.
Or like I said, you just don't know. So like for example,
That's true too. You're right. If you're overseas, you might not
like
have the
so
context.
here's a story, a quick story. I was on my first deployment. This E5, I was just the E3 at the time. This E5, she was from Montana, and she asked me, like basically she wanted to be able to relate better, so she asked me if I could teach her Ebonics, right? And people were like, "Yo, she racist as hell," and it was like, "Yo, she's from Montana." Like this is probably the longest conversation she's ever had with a black person, one on one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's where like I don't. But that goes back to the forgiveness and the grace, I guess. Like you know what I mean? Like we've just lost that.
You're right. You should always give somebody grace and give them a reason to explain something, right? Like at my job, right? There's a lady there, and she was like, um, she asked me something. I cannot remember what it was, but she was like, "Is that because you're black?" And I was like, "Hey, yo!" But instead of me getting mad, I said, "Hey, where are you from?" And she told me she's from a whole different country. So she was like, I'm not trying to be racist. I'm asking." She's like, "I'm asking a question. Is it because you're black because of this?" And it was like, "Oh." And the funniest part is she was right. It is because I'm black that I did it. But it's like, we look at it like, yo, you can't say that, and it's automatically perceived as like a bad thing. But we do forget that people genuinely have naivety, or it's like people are just genuinely curious. And I think sometimes we're so ready to put on the attack, the defense, just give you the reason to shame me or make me feel a way, that we don't even remember like some people genuinely are asking questions. You know what I mean? So it's
Have
like
people forgiven Kanye for saying that slavery was a choice?
Kanye fans and people like me who don't care. I feel like, you know, ReZ would obviously hate this, but who gives a shit? Like, who cares what he thinks? You know what I mean? Like, who cares what Kanye says? If he thinks that slavery was a choice, that's his. As people say, no opinion is wrong, right? We all learned that in school. There's no such thing as a wrong opinion because it's your opinion. Just
Oh
like we
yeah.
learned in school, there's no such thing as a stupid question. right?
Apparently, Dennis Rodman can't be the Finals MVP.
Hey, dog. Hey, look. All I'm gonna say is, if that's what Kanye believed at that point in time, hey, man, ta-da! I don't know what to do. And again, Kanye West is not who I'm listening to on the records. Like, I'm listening to the artist Kanye, not the man. You
Yeah,
know, so
like from my experience, it just seems like a lot of this stuff comes down to what side of the fence you're already on.
yeah,
So,
that too for
so
sure.
like for example, like and I don't want to get too deep into this, obviously, but like, using somebody like the president, for example. You know what I mean?
Huge.
If you're a supporter and you voted for him, like you don't care about none of that stuff. It doesn't bother you, like none of this need, but if you're on the other side, everything he says is a 5 alarm fire. You know what I mean? And
Great podcast. Good
so
podcast.
I think for me, like I think obviously I already think that people put way too much stock into things that celebrities say and do anyway.
Oh,
And
for
that,
sure.
you
We
got
worship
your whole life
celebrities.
to live, and so I don't look at it that way a lot of times with some of these people, but I just think that cancel culture in general as a practice is bad. Now there are some people that I
Hey,
guess.
Nana.
Oh, hey Nana. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, there we
Welcome,
go.
Nana. But I think that cancel culture is it goes back to how you started this conversation. It's people that either think that they're perfect, that think that they know all the answers, and you can't possibly disagree with me, or you like because opinions are opinions, like you said, and some opinions are out there. You know what I
Right.
mean? But you can't measure intent.
Yeah, that's true. You also, I think the problem is we often we think that we know everything. And even if you don't do it on purpose, there's a piece of you that feels like I'm an expert in this particular part of this conversation. So I know what I'm talking about. So somebody can genuinely be making a mistake or, just not know what they're doing, but you're going to be like, nah, you knew better. You knew better. And you're just going to hold them to that because you think that everybody should know this particular lesson at this point in time. You know what I mean? It's just,
Well, like I said, I do think that there are things that you just can't say or that you can't do, but I don't believe in let's ruin this person's whole business or something like that. Like, you know what I mean?
it
Like
depends.
well, that's what I'm saying. It does
It,
depend, but I just don't believe that should be the go-to automatically, which
no, no,
it
not at
had
all.
become at some point. That's how it
Yeah.
was.
I don't think that because somebody's mistreating their dog, you need to ruin their business or ruin their career, right? Like, I get it. We love animals, whatever. But it doesn't mean, yo, this dude's a lawyer. Let's call a law firm and then get him, disbarred. It's like, wait a minute. He just left his dog outside chained to a chain, you know what I mean? Chained to a tree. It
Yeah.
ain't that deep. But I do feel like if you're at a Walgreens and you just decide to go inward crazy at the top of your lungs to every black person you see, maybe you need to lose your job. Because
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
it's not
There's a
about,
context to it. You know what I mean?
and it's not about you being racist. It's about you being crazy. Why are you in the middle of the store just screaming this out loud? You're not fit for work. You need to go home and you need to think for a long while. You know what I mean? Like, this lesson needs to hit home. But
No, but for example, if somebody says, okay, if somebody's if somebody wants to carry a flag or wave a flag and say free somebody, like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think
you mean
that
like
should be,
till it's backwards?
I said what I said. You know what I'm saying? I just like I don't think you should be kicked out of school or something like that because you disagree with how a war is being handled, for example. You know what I mean? Like I don't
All
think you
right.
should lose your scholarship or like you should be
Okay. So
deported
we
because
can have
you
that
disagree
conversation.
with the way somebody did something.
I think we got a little bit of time, right? Yeah, we got time. Okay. Political beliefs should not put you in a situation where your livelihood is in jeopardy. I don't think that because you believe one way or the other that should have anything to do with your lifestyle being diminished. I don't believe that. There's no reason that if you voted for such and such, or you like this policy, or you like this particular rule, I don't think that should be any means for you to lose your life like lifestyle. You know what I mean? I think it's absolutely insane that if somebody does something that you just don't agree with morally or just categorically, you know what I mean? I don't think that it's okay that you try to ruin this person's life because you don't even know what they're doing it on. You know what I mean? Like if somebody voted for Trump, you don't have the right to, and I hate doing this because it always makes it seem like oh, you're a Trump supporter. But my thing is, if somebody decided to vote for Trump and you don't rock with it, or you look at the state of our country right now and you see everybody's broke, everybody's struggling, inflation is insane, you hate the war, all these things, right? You have no idea if that person simply voted because they just don't like the other person. They didn't like Kamala. And it had nothing to do with policy. It had nothing. They might not have liked her off the strength of what she did in her job. They might not have liked her because what she did as vice president. It could be so small to you, but to them it might matter. And on the opposite end of that, somebody could have liked what happened when Trump was president, and they're like, you know what? I just thought maybe he would fix the economy. I thought he would do this. I thought tax. I thought, you know what I mean? Like, you just don't know.
I mean, they had proof, but yeah.
Yeah. And but look, right? They had proof, right? But in the world that we live in, fact checking can only be traced so far, because as much as we can say, oh, there's proof for this, there's proof for that, what about all the people that were isolated, lost jobs, had to go against their religious beliefs, their moral beliefs, because they had to get the COVID shot? You know what I mean? You were still in the military at that time, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
You know mad people that were against that, and they had to do it because if you didn't, your ass loses a career.
I had an airman that stood up to it and got kicked out.
Exactly. And it's like, stuff like that, I don't think that's fair, especially when it was true. People want to talk about fact checking. Well, facts were, you were supposed to get one shot, you were supposed to be cured. Clearly, that was a lie. They came out with the booster, then the booster for the booster, then the booster for the booster for the booster. Then it was like, everybody just needs to get the shot just cause. And it's like, everybody was just going at these people that were against it. I just think that we live in a world where...
I mean, people lost their livelihoods.
Yes. You said Buddy got kicked out. He might have been the only person supporting his family. Oh, she might have been supporting her stay-at-home husband. She might have been a single mom. And that was her livelihood that she lost because she didn't want somebody to put some medicine in her that she wasn't sure about. I just think that stuff like that is why we as a society should be more open and accepting of people making mistakes. You've done stupid stuff. I've done stupid things. We don't know what we don't know. And I think if people just kept that thought process, you don't know what you don't know, it would be so much easier to give grace to people who make mistakes. Everybody's not a financial guru. You can't get mad because they're spending money at a dumb clip. And to you, it doesn't make any sense. But to them, hey, $500 might be a lot of money, and that might have been the first time they ever had it. They didn't know how to spend it. They lost it in 3 days. you got to give them grace. You know what I mean? So
It is
that's
what
how
it
I feel
is.
about that.
You know, yeah, but but those are just some examples that came to mind. You know, just from the standpoint of, you know, when we talk about forgiveness. You know, I don't know at what point the debt is paid, or you know, at what point it's appropriate to forgive that person, depending on what the transgression was. You know,
Right.
but and you know what I mean. So I guess that's going to be up to each individual, and you know, I don't know. But all right, relation tip time. You know,
Oh, you got one.
I told you I had one.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I'm
Go
saying?
crazy. I'm here
So,
for it.
so a lot of times when you talk about relationships, when you talk about counseling or just some kind of I forgot what a middle person basically that's giving you advice and everything. Number one thing they always say is communicate. You know, say speak how you feel. You know, the other person is not a mind reader, so just say what you feel because you might be emoting something,
Okay.
but this person doesn't know what your face means. You know, the other part of that though is that you gotta listen. So, you know, sometimes I hear people say things like, I don't know what to get my significant other for their birthday or for Christmas, or this is the hardest person to shop for. And you know what I mean? So 2-5's rule is keep it simple. How long you
Okay.
been with this person? You know their favorite color? You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a guy, you know, a lot of times you can't go wrong with jewelry. You know what I'm saying? Do you know whether she likes gold or silver? You know what I'm saying? Does she like platinum? Sometimes listening is as valuable as speaking. So when your partner is trying to communicate and convey things to you, you just have to listen. Now the gift was just an example, but the overall point is that you have to listen with your ears and not your mind, because what we tend to do is you said XYZ, I heard DFG. And then you end up arguing about the miscommunication and never solve the actual issue because
Yeah.
you just get stuck in the minutia of the part of the conversation that didn't matter. So I say listen, but what I mean by that is deliberately listen. Repeat it if you have to. So are you saying that? Then the person will correct you if you got it wrong. Okay, got it now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I like to do sometimes? Sometimes the wife might say something. I just type it in my phone and send it to myself. I got material to go back to. You know what I'm saying? But the overall key is that relationships are built on communication. And sometimes the communication is just simply listening. That's the relation tip for today.
Hey, bang, bang, boom, boom, shoot 'em up. Here you go.
All right. So now, before we get out of here, Jack, you know what I'm saying? One final question. What's something that you once believed
Mm.
that you would hate for people to permanently judge you for?
Oh man. Oh man. Something I once believed that I would hate people to judge me for. Um, man, I don't know. It's probably based somewhere either between the Black Pride Hotep phase or heavy religion. It's somewhere in between that where I wouldn't want people to think that I was still, for lack of a better word, the judgmental asshole. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So when I say that on the Hotep side, right? I used to be real heavy on if you're black, you need to date black. You need to be black. You need to have black. And if you don't, you've turned on your community and you're no good to us. You know what I mean? Obviously, that ain't the life that I live now. You know what I mean? But if you told me this 10 years ago, yeah, 10, 11 years ago, if you would have told me yo, your wife ain't gonna be black. I'd have laughed at you and been like, you're lost. Like, you're lost. Like,
You'd have been Dr. Umar.
you're messed up here, man. There's something wrong with you. You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about? And I say it on the religious aspect of it too, because there was a point in my life where, you know, if you were agnostic or atheist or, you know, just different religions, you know what I mean? I would be real heavy on the, you know, that's not the right religion and you need to come to Jesus and you need to figure it out, or, you know, you're going to go to hell, you know. And now where I'm at is, you know, believe what you want. It has nothing to do with me. It's not my job to force you to believe what I believe. You know, I have no problem talking to anybody about Jesus if they want to know or they have questions or any of that stuff. But I'm also not going to force it on you. You need to be in church. You need to do this. You need to do that. I'm not going to do that, because if I'm a real Christian, then I believe that God gives you free will. Free will means that you are all knowing of what you want to do with your life. And you have every piece of fiber in your soul allows you to move freely. It is not my job to condemn you because you've chosen to do whatever with your life. And you know, that's something that I once real heavily believed in, and I don't want people to feel like, oh man, this dude is still, you know, he's judgy and all this other stuff, man. I don't do that, you know. So that's where I'm at with it.
Okay. That's actually pretty deep. That's really deep, because, you know, I didn't know that Jack. You know, I didn't get to meet that Jack or, you know, experience that Jack. So like, just like every time you bring it up, it's just hard for me to even believe in the first place that person existed. You know what I mean? Because like, you know, because this Jack, you know, saying that you're talking about didn't have that bucket hat, right?
Nah, not at all. No
You know what I'm
way.
saying?
No
Like, yeah.
way.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. So for me, I got a couple. Two quick ones, real quick. The first one is that I used to think it was weak to show emotion.
Okay.
Until I realized I'm the most emotional person I know. And I was thinking about this because we associate being emotional with crying or, you know, being sad, you know,
Yeah.
Eeyore, you know what I mean? And then I realized that I used to be really, really hot headed. And I didn't put one and one together that my lashing out was emotional.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then as I got older, I got into this pattern of I can't show that this affects me, or I can't cry, or I can't be down because I'm a man and that's not what I'm supposed to do. Or, you know, different relationships that I was in, it was like sometimes, like, you know, I feel like I'm the man, you know, like, because you're so emotional, like, you know, things that were said to me. So you know, so from that standpoint, I took that on the chin and turned it into this wall where, like, it was just this fortress that you can't get through. You know what I mean? Like you know, me and Lindsay been together for about 12 years, and she probably didn't see me cry until like year 9 or year 10. You know what I mean? And even then, it was like I was drunk though. So, so you know what I'm saying? So
Like, it's not real. It's not real.
Yeah, it wasn't even real. Like I just got caught. You know what I'm saying? With the Henny in my hand. You know what I'm saying? But it was one of those things where I just felt like it made me less of a man if I did share myself in that way. So I used to always have, oh, Red, see, I told you, him and Faye just alike. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get to your comment, Rez. You know what I'm saying? But you know, so that's where I just feel like I've grown, and I had to learn through my son. You know what I'm saying? My youngest son, because you know, he was that little boy that clung to mommy, you know, would just cry all the time. And I would
You're
just flip
soft.
out. Yeah, I would just flip out. And then eventually I was just like, well, I mean, I kind of want this dude to love me and stuff. Like, you know, so I kind of want this dude to be able to talk to me and kind of, you know, just be able to feel comfortable
Yeah.
in my presence. So, you know, so I had to kind of learn to scale back a little bit and just kind of like, whenever I felt like saying something like that, I would just ask a question. You know, like I would just like, why do you feel this way? Or like, what happened that made you think like this? Or that would be kind of my way of fighting my inner demon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there would be that part of me that's like, boy, if you don't, you know what I'm saying? But I couldn't do it. ReZ said that he used to have
Here,
a
let me
lot
put it
less,
up.
yeah, he used to have a lot less empathy and tolerance for people who lived different lifestyles, you know. So, you know, as a part of self-reflection, he had to learn more about himself and get better. And that's a good one, you know what I mean? I think a lot of
I
people
think it's a great
probably
one.
have that one. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
I
it's a
think a
good
lot
one
of people have
because
that one.
it's funny you said like being a hothead because I think that there's so many things that we can really, go off of. But I think I took it more so like, what did you believe? But
Yeah.
definitely, being a hothead and, wanting to yell at everybody, like, man, being your kids, man, people talk about it all the time. That your kids are a reflection of you, and you're gonna get back what you put out and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, nah, you really do. You know what I mean? My daughter, oh my God, bro, she knows everything, and it's like, dog, you're wrong. Shut up, shut up. You know what I mean? But it's like, you gotta be, a good parent and all that kind of stuff. So you try to, you want to love them through it, and you know, you don't want to create trauma. So you try to be polite and all this other stuff. But it's funny you said you learned through your son, about the softness and all that kind of stuff, and I need to calm that down. I truly believe sometimes it's not the daughters that soften you, but it's the son that softens you. Because a lot of the times people will say, "Oh, well, you got a daughter, your daughter's gonna break you down and get you sad." And don't get me wrong, like my daughter 100% has softened me up, but my son has made me way more sensitive because everything can't be met with force. And I feel like having a kid, like if I would have had a son first, man, I feel like I would have been an asshole. Like I feel like I would have been like, "Oh, you're a boy." Like I would have never got that softness. So I'm glad that my daughter came, but my son allows me to see the sensitivity in a whole different way, where it's like you said, instead of me getting so mad, it's like, well, wait a minute, why is he acting this way first? And if the action requires me to turn up, then I can. But more than likely, it's something that's small, and it doesn't even matter. It's just baby
Yeah.
brain. So I think that was a good question. That was dope. That was dope.
Yeah, and then real quick, my other one was I had to learn that doing things for people don't make them love you. You know what I mean? Like I like because that was another thing, one of those man things, right? Like wanting to be needed, wanting to be necessary, wanting to be the problem solver, all those kind of things. And but sometimes it might have became overbearing because you're trying to solve problems that people don't want help with. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
sometimes they just want to vent, and I was always that person that tried to be relatable, but then it took away from what they were trying to tell me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they're like, "Oh, my wife is leaving me," and XYZ, and then I'd be like, "Yeah, I remember when I went through my divorce, like like whatever," and it's just like, "This ain't about you, 2-5." You know what I'm saying? So that was something else that I had to learn. Sometimes you don't have to be relatable. Going back to my RelationTip, sometimes you just gotta listen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and then like I don't know. Like I think that those are just things that I had to learn and that have helped me become what I think is a better person You know what I mean? And I wouldn't want people to look back and think of me as like a narcissist or,
Go home.
or I guess what's that buzzword? I don't want people to think that I'm toxic.
Oh
You know what
God,
I'm saying?
everything is toxic now.
This ain't Dalton and Sacco, right?
Oh God. That's the one thing. If there's anything that I'm sad Rez isn't on here for, it's to talk about that terrible ass couple. Golly, dog. Jesus. But we'll get to it. We could get to that next week for sure, because it's still gonna be it's gonna be a thing. But what I did want to say, oh man, you said something great. Now I don't remember what I was gonna say now. But either way, man, I definitely agree with you. Shit happens and we gotta grow from it. R.I.P. to Dalton Sacco's marriage. No, congratulations for the divorce. Me, R.I.P. That's crazy. Congratulations, dog. She played you. That's what it is. That's what it was. I was gonna say. Your relationship was, what I'm saying, basically be accountable and be open and pay attention to your spouse, right?
Yeah.
My relationship is sometimes being nice isn't the answer. Sometimes you got to put your foot down and add a little bit of mean. And it's not mean to be demeaning. It's not mean to like hurt the feelings. It's just sometimes you got to give a stern no. We're not doing that. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's like, yeah, I could buy you this, but I ain't, because you don't need it. Not because you don't deserve it, not because I don't want to get it for you, but simply sometimes you got to show appreciation for what you have. And I think sometimes when you're a man and you want to be a good man to your wife, and I'm not a woman, so I don't know how y'all feel, and I'm not gonna pretend, but I know as men, we want to be the provider and give her everything and, give her the entire world. But sometimes you got to say no and have that conversation that, like, hey, yo, we're okay. Sometimes you got to say no, but it's no out of like, yo, let's appreciate what we do have. Yeah. And I say that as a man, like, do it to yourself, right? Because sometimes I get down because I'm like, man, I want a bigger house. But it's like, some people don't even have a house, and you over here complaining about wanting a bigger one. You know what I'm saying? Like, sit back and appreciate what you got. Or when I complain about, oh man, 25, you want my truck? I don't want my truck. But it's like, no, you could not have a truck at all right now. So, that's
yeah, 25, no Cayman Islands for you. On that note, Jack, take us out of here.
Let's get out of here. All right, man. So we appreciate everybody. First time, last time. You know what I'm saying? Always, always, always appreciate everybody who tunes in. Whether it's your first episode or you've been locked in for a while, or it was your last episode and you're never coming back. We appreciate you regardless. Instagram haters, TikTok posters, tweeters and deleters, as your boy Drake would say. We appreciate y'all, man. So, we're just three guys. Tonight is just two, with Rez being our commentator, or commenter, but we have different perspectives, and we want to deliver a diverse way of thinking. We're not always going to agree, and to me that's the best part. You know what I mean? Open dialogue always, always, always expands intelligence. I will die on this hill. We'll see y'all next week. Watch your movies. Go ahead, Tufa.
And the next time you see us, we will be flanked by our significant others.
Oh, yeah. Next week is Pod Wives. So for anybody who's interested in seeing what our ladies look like, they'll be here. And you can hear them talk, too, so they have brains. It's crazy.
and I don't want none of those, saying he's not black, he's 2'5" comments either.
Oh yeah, none of that. No shaming the black man. All right, don't shame us because you think that we're coons. I'm blacker than most of y'all. I can lay out some
Dr.
things.
Umar out of this.
Yeah, Umar. All right, I did stuff, man. I was one of your disciples at one point in time. Shout out, brother Polite. Not really. He's a piece of shit, but at one point in time, he was leading this hotel movement, boy. But as always, man, we appreciate y'all for real. Tune in every week, every Thursday, we're doing it like this. If you have an inch of football knowledge and you feel like you know things, go out here and try to win some money, man. 75, 35, 15, first, second, and third, man. Go ahead and get on the pick'ems. It's in our description. It's in the comments. As always, we appreciate y'all, man. Say less, say more.
A lot of people love to talk, but they don't really say nothing. You can drop a like and go subscribe, knowing 2-5 probably finna hate something. Chop it up about the game, give a little game, knowing you can take something. We just saying less and saying more, should've known before you in the right place. You know Jack can keep it radical. A little crazy with his take, but he gon' keep it factual. And you know he been a fan of wrestling since attitude. We ain't here to be the ones you playing with. Red steady dropping gems only for relationships. We ain't never thinking Liam Neeson if you taking. Come and tap in with your favorites. Hey, we gon' talk about your latest. Yeah, come and tune into the station. Come and listen to this conversation. Like and subscribe, we going live. We gon' tell you what you need to hear in perfect moderation. Wait, it's like a game of chess. Remember we be saying more while they saying less. It's like a game of chess. Remember we be saying more while they saying less. It's like a game of chess. Remember we be saying more while they saying less. It's like a game of chess. Hey, hold up.